Medofo, meeting the abona skin pain. Medisika komama dofo, any abusia, and the tap send this so. Adentia, every say, so easy, reliable, fast, and convenient. Sim market webby, na adofo, and saka, sikano, Ghana, quite paying, and I will be fast war. And one say, go back grabo or smartphone. Now I download do a tap send. Our phone so now what they call and need some and say, baby, I will be a what's miss send this sika, a come wabusia, and what my ganemu, our bra won't ya she, a tap, nemo mukai, say, what be you so promo code. A was screen you see, and the actual now be £5 on top, €5 on top. Sika, what do you come out ebusia? Ewo oh my Ghana, ma mene papa, any beje dodo, Shatta aba.
This story is also very important for our industry, especially it has to do with cash as well. I'm reading this one straight from GhanaWeekend.com. That is Kwame, that is GhanaWeekend.com, where it says Billboard ranks Shatta Wale as most viewed Ghanaian artist on YouTube. Personally, when I saw the headline, I thought it was one of those things because we know sometimes some things come up in the name of Shatta Wale later where they said, oh, so it was not as it was or as it was published. But this particular one, it is original. It has been confirmed.
Authentic.
But personally, I thought, most viewed artist in Ghana, is it Shatta Wale? In fact, initially, I thought if we are going to talk about most viewed artist on YouTube, it was going to be Sarkodie. Me, I'm being honest here.
Fact.
In fact, I will hide it. I thought it was going to be Sarkodie until some checks were done and it came out to be true. We want to look at it. I know everyone here plays a major role in the industry. What really contributed to Shatta Wale winning this or being the topmost name here? Because even with subscribers, Sarkodie's numbers are more than Shatta Wale's numbers on subscribers. If you do maybe video head to head, as in the footballers say, head to head count, Sarkodie's videos, I'm sure they beat Shatta Wale's videos as well. So how did this happen? So let's read the story, then we'll get Shatta Wale for his input before we start the discussion proper. Ghanaian radio and dancehall artist Charles Nyama Mensah, popularly known as Shatta Wale, has been ranked #1 on Billboard's top 5 most watched Ghanaian artists. Now, Billboard charts of 5 most watched homegrown artists in Ghana is based on a year of local YouTube views. For the Ghanaian artist, Shatta Wale topped the list with 13.26 million streams. Shatta Wale's 2019 album is called Wonder Boy, and the singer, songwriter, and actor seemed determined to live up to that name. The country's 2 biggest political parties have used his songs in campaigns. In his 2018 album Rain hit #6 on Billboard's top world albums chart, and in April he organized the online faith concert to cheer up fellow Ghanaians during the COVID-19 pandemic. A caption by Billboard reads, and here is where some people are asking that Wale's 2019 album is called Wonder Boy, and the 20-year-old singer the 20-year-old singer and songwriter and actor seemed determined to live up to that. The country's 2 biggest, okay, I'm sure we've read some of these things. So let's read the rest of the people who appeared on the chart. So Sarkodie placed 2nd with a total view of 11.72 million, with Stonebwoy having 7.86 million views. Gospel musician Diana Hamilton comes third with 6.42 million views, and #5 is Kofi Kinata, who got 4.63 million views. Thanks, Kwame Dazi, Ghana Weekend, for this story. And starting with you, Ricky, were you also surprised like I was? And what really...
I want that I have to go first.
No, we will not go first on this one. You guys are music marketers. You guys are selling it online.
Nana, I'll go first.
Why do you want someone to go first?
I know why.
Okay, Nana, I'll go first.
Nana, I'll be back in the guy. So.
I know. Nana, when the list came out, were you guys satisfied that, oh really, Shatta Wale has beaten his top rival?
Okay. The way, okay, right by the song.
Yeah.
But if you
Okay.
it's Ghana music to the world.
Oh, that's
Okay,
it, right?
I wasn't
And
Right.
the politics now.
When I will come, women come right.
And come put it all together and say it's
go
Ghana.
first. Make us happy the whole cast.
Yeah, bro.
Me, I wasn't surprised when I was told. Actually, I think my Miss Africa social media guy in the catcher, Derek said, Shatta did the lead for most viewed YouTube views. I wasn't surprised because on YouTube, it's not just music videos that drive content. That drive views. You understand? It's not just a music video that drive views. For instance, the recent video Shatta did talking about him sacking Adisef and all those boys alone can even break a lot of records, because things that excite people on YouTube, I mean, the passionate points for people on YouTube. One thing is comedy. It's like, because a lot of people are going through a lot of, so they want to find something that will relax them. And Shatta is known to be creating a lot of that kind of content.
Okay.
I know, and you're based on when you might obey you. And I see the video say, for instance, if you're in a classroom, you think say you know book so you go to first. But when the results come, you realize you don't go to first, because somebody said answer the question you know come tell you. So me, I wasn't surprised. I was actually happy that Shatta was leading, because then it gives people the understanding of the fact that they can also create other content aside their music videos. Because Ghana an artist no, what can say YouTuber no video.
Yeah.
But what about your day-to-day activity? Shatta, even when he's having eating in his pool, he will film it, and near Tata will make sure that video that he's filming will not go on Facebook or Instagram.
But you know, I've heard some people accuse him of putting cheap videos on his
No,
channel before.
to them,
like he said, oh, did he grow not their content?
Yeah, but
I remember Capleton also gave him some less than 2
yeah,
million
but you see,
shouts before I realized it was on
Sammy,
his YouTube channel.
Come and say,
content man.
have you seen a rich man talking plenty before? No. Shatta knows what he's doing. He knows.
There is one rich man in Ghana who talks plenty.
Who? Kenya Bwana. Shatta knows what he's doing. He has a team of digital guys who have shown him that, bro, your video they go, but when you do content of this nature too, it they fly. So YouTube is not just about putting music video on there. Some time ago, he switched into doing vlogging by doing talk on some video, because also he was also educated that, bro, and your videos in quite edit to who. That's myself. You can create content. Original content is what sells on YouTube.
Yeah.
Original content. And what's original content? The videos. That's why I told you that the boys, at the 7 and the rest, and for buy Shatta car 4. But yeah, because see the views for the video.
How many cars?
4. Tell me a 4. The 4 cars. See the views for the video. That's a huge endorsement. Until you know, be an artist. Now if you say it's only about music videos that will get you views and subscribers. I keep telling people subscribers are good, but it doesn't reflect in views, because you can have like 5 subscribers and have over 100k views because of the content of the video. Now that's all. So when I saw it, I'm happy, because when people see that, their mind opens up to the conversation that now when I also begin to take YouTube serious. Imagine how much Shatta could be making from YouTube that could support a certain music video, that could support recording of a song, or buying mic in a studio, or buying some keyboard or something. If you ask can go fit even take support or buy second or so, or say what's like me. In case you can wait me that support
Okay. We have Shatta now, so let's go on to the lines to start some 1 or 2 Q&A. And any one of you can ask a question. Yes, Shatta, good evening, if you can hear us. Hello? Hello? Let me see if there is something I have to do here. Okay, it's like that then.
Hello?
Good evening, Shatta Wale.
Good evening, always.
We are doing very fine. And I want to believe you're also fine.
Yes, now you know, because I'm 20 years old, so I just want to know. Very nice to you people.
But Shatta Wale, why don't you clear that age thing? Why don't you let Billboard know your real name?
Sammy, let me tell you something. Sometimes people serious about my business. And when Asamaja said that he was 22 for last dance, you people didn't talk about it. He has made enough money. So if Billboard has accepted that I'm a very young guy, please. Otherwise, the next time people should pray that I will go to Panelists, because when I enter ground, I'll just tell them I'm a Nigerian.
I see.
But if you support some of the things, you know what I mean? You should just adapt to the thing and let's deal with it because it's good like that. If they've understood that after 20 years, it's good for the nation. When I go and bring money, it's good for the country. You know what I mean?
Okay. So what if something comes up and it is not for 20-year people on Billboard, it is for 30-year people? How about that?
They have questions to answer. Like
Well, that is just by the way. Now, first, congratulations to you because I know this is a chat or an information the whole world is following that your name came up tops among artists who are mostly viewed on YouTube in Ghana. Is that a secret? Because I have done head-to-head views to some of the artists in our industry. And I've realized that most of them, they even beat you with numbers, subscribers and all that. Therefore, when I even saw this, personally I was surprised because if I was asked this question anywhere, I would have mentioned another artist and not the other Billboard brought it. What are you doing different from what maybe some of your colleagues are doing, especially on YouTube?
it's good that you asked me a question like this. And you know, before I talk, Sammy, I would just say kudos to your program once again because I always tell people that Sammy Flex program is the University of Music that is right now in this carrying. No, because you know, on a serious note, you know, I was just listening to you guys talking about copyright issues and blah blah blah. We getting educated to ourselves and you know knowing you know the kind of job we do. So I mean, this is an artist who finished 7th grade Princess Academy. I did a little bit of music studies in 7th grade. And you know 7th grade is all about arts and culture, you know, creative arts. Mame Dokuno was one of our people doing by the fireside with us. So you should know that I have a little knowledge when it comes to, you know, arts. You know, when I went to Winnipeg Secondary School, I took music as one of my main elective courses. You can go to Winnipeg and ask. I know much about music history, I know much about copyrights, I know anything pertaining music for you to be a musician, you know. So when I see us in current times like this, trying to even study about copyright, trying to study about adaptation, trying to study about covers, trying to study about samples, trying to study about who a musician should be, it hurts me a lot. And I know most people in the industry find me difficult. Say, Shatta, Shatta, and you know, I like that thing because I have found that in the industry, there are certain people that don't want this education to get into our heads. That's why most of our musicians are not educated. They just record in the studio and they just come out like that. So I mean, if I hear a Jamaican rhythm and I want to record on it right now, my team in Jamaica talks to the people who play the rhythm, from the engineer to the artist to the management of the artist before I get that rhythm. And they don't just send you beats, they send it in steps so that you can have time and do whatever you want to do. That's the permission you've asked. So when they are giving you the rights for you to use it, you use it free. I get what I'm saying. We have gotten to a point in our lives that we still don't want to accept that an artist like Shatta Wale knows much about this business. Because I heard you guys saying somebody has more subscribers on YouTube. I understand. But I see YouTube is just like you buying a TV license to do your own programs. What content do you have to put on there? Shatta Wale has a swimming pool show. I have a restaurant food show. I have a comedy series. I have a whole lot of things that I do. That's anytime I do. I call my aggregators, put it there, they drop it there. No, I just want to say, you drop it, put it there. They are all money. So I mean, we have TV stations that, excuse me to say, they show Polo in America. It is content. So if you know much about the arts business, like how creative you can be, there are a whole lot of things that you can put on YouTube. There are a whole lot of things that are on YouTube from Pandana days up to now that are making money. So I mean, today, that you people have called, that I just want to try. If you check on my Snapchat, I put for there. Today I made $65,000 on YouTube.
You made
$65,000.
Today alone or for a period?
No, for like 3 months. For like I think from
yeah, sure.
February, March, something to May.
$65,000.
Perfect.
Was it perfect?
I just got a notification to your phone.
YouTube.
from my bank, and I was like, wow.
Wow.
And Me Promo is one of the companies that is trying to help every artist. But I see, I mean, this is the time that, I think people should wake up well and see where they put their stuff. Because Me Promo has been with me for the past, from my bandana days to now. And I've worked with them for years. If you ask me, I will tell you, anything that people say is negative on Facebook or social media, I tell me, put it on my YouTube.
I see.
Yes, because I know we are not aware of people on our way. That's why sometimes when I hear certain things like, his videos are not playing things, I go like, it's what they don't know. So I mean, and I said, you constant that Shatta, if your artist can really follow things you say, like they all make money like you, but I don't understand. Most of them don't even know much about this thing. Like people see YouTube for just videos. Sammy right now is like type the wildest lion in the world. YouTube will give you.
Yeah. That's true.
Anything that you type on YouTube is like Google. Anything that comes into your mind, which is like a content-based thing, and you put on there, YouTube will give you. So imagine somebody who could type Shatta Wale in his bathroom. I have a video like that in my jacuzzi that I'm saying, I'm in my jacuzzi.
Yeah, sure.
And a whole lot of people want to watch.
I see. Now, Shatta, let me find out this. Some people also believe that because of maybe keeping a particular brand as an artist, anytime you put out a content, it should be well edited with professional camera, lights, and sound and all that. Don't you also consider that as an artist, as in protecting your brand? What I'm putting on my YouTube channel should be edited by a professional. It shouldn't be a phone kind of video.
I mean, it depends on where you're coming from. Yeah, I'm from Ghana, Africa. Where I'm coming from, hunger is here. So if you don't have a papa mind to use to make money, then what around? If it's also Jay-Z, also Beyonce, they were only go like over prep or over prep, because don't know her. Twice myself. But if you say you are a business person like me, I'm a business musician kind of person. Like I don't do things like the way other artists do their things. So I believe I am doing business. Okay, how can I sell my product and get my name out there? Whether good or bad, something I want to sell my name. Because I know when people come into my market or they come into my store, oh, I don't know about Melissa. Oh, wow, that's something I like it. Oh, bulletproof. Oh, wow, I love that. My wife loved that. I have people who confess like that. People hear the name Shatta Wale. But when I step on stage, they fall in love and they become fans, like hardcore fans. You know what I'm saying? So people thinking about maybe professional photos, professional pictures. I mean, those things, in Kofa, we have professional people who do professional things there. We have not yet gotten there. So how can you use your little talents that you have to create money and get, yourself out there? That's by you creating content. And what are content? Content comes in different ways, different sizes. Your guy that is sitting there, the guy I'm watching, international power,
Nanaya.
Nanaya, he's a nice guy. But when he speaks, I wish people would even listen to him and just study or understand what he's trying to say. But he's not a musician. He's not now. One day he needs to have me one-on-one. I mean, per time, let me discuss because I feel last time I heard you doing something with him and I was like, no, I need to sit with this guy so we can share ideas together so artists can learn from.
I remember.
Now,
Shatta, let me find out something. Some months ago, don't let me say years, some months ago, you were really supporting bloggers or these YouTubers with content. In that, when you come on Facebook Live to do your thing, they also go to pick their content and they feed on it. But lately, right after your Facebook Live, we realized that Shatta Wale put it on his YouTube channel. Therefore, if they also try to put it on their blogs, they get strikes or maybe they get copyright issues. How about that? And now that those people will be feeding on your content, maybe doing other stories from it, but now it is restricted to your channel. Does it affect maybe the distribution of information about the brand Shatta Wale?
So I mean, this is where it comes to a point where negotiation needs to come. Me, I always say that I am not faced with bloggers. So now that they know that if I do, they get views. they get followings. People like what they put there about Shatta Wale. This is the time that we need to sit down as a team so we cannot push our brands, not only Shatta Wale, but anybody that does something that is a content-based, something that can, push the country out there. This is the time that we need to start and negotiate, because most of the time, these same bloggers will put my things there. These same bloggers who say the good things about, like this good news that is going on, Sammy. You are the only person interviewing your system. You are the only person doing an interview, official interview, no radio station. But let them hear that they said, I've start somebody, or I've start my militants. His FM will call me. His FM will call me. Nandom FM will call me. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes when I'm there like this, I say, oh, so if it's a negative news that they want like this, then one of these is I'll go and buy a Whitechapel supporter and go and walk in town with it. So that they can get another. No, because this is one great news that, I know most people won't accept it, that, Basak or there or Stonewall, but check the brands, check the way we live our lives. I am saying music as business. And I like the way that Beat God was saying we need to be educated more, because most of our artists who we see them as A-list artists are not educated at all. At all. If I see at all, I have a cousin in the water which his name is Victor at all.
No. So why this guy don't get the money for eating?
This is where I come and tell Nana to stop that. This is where people need to understand me from. Because just places like the world is developing. Coronavirus is teaching us a new way of life. So if we can't study this thing and grow with it, when I think that some people will be in Ghana right now, and I'll be nominated for Grammy. And people will go like, oh, why not this artist? Why not? The way I carry myself, the world is watching.
I see.
The things I put on my page, the world is watching.
I see. Now, I don't know if any of you would like to put a question to Shatta Wale before.
Yeah, I want to ask a question.
Okay, Nana, yeah.
Wale,
Yes, sir.
I beg you, the artists know how much they for pay make you school them on YouTube lessons.
Artist or bloggers?
Artists.
I get forms, so each form is $200.
Oh, 200. Oh, while at the car house.
You can call me, and you see what Nana is talking about with Sammy I beg. Let's put this thing on board and start educating, because most of us don't know this thing. And I like what Nana is saying, we need to start. And Sammy, we are schooling a whole lot of my militants, but it's because they did not finish grades yet to go to nursery. That's why the thing is just like that.
I see. Now, today we are not going to talk about military. Another day we talk about military. Today we talk about YouTube. But Shatta, can it be that, for instance, if that Beat God here started as an artist, in fact he's still an artist, if he also puts content out there, Shatta Wale and his SM empire around the world, I'm not sure the numbers can be compared to what that Beat God has. So even with that, just as you are doing, can we confidently say that if every artist should also put the food he's eating, the swimming pool, the girls and blah 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 on YouTube, would they still be able to generate these same numbers he is generating? Because maybe you are blessed with the numbers, you are blessed with an empire around the world. Is everyone having these numbers?
That is where, as an artist, you should learn how to reach out to fans. You should learn how to create a fan base. I have a management team, alright, but I have my fans with their management teams in there, not only in Ghana, but all around the world. So this is the time that artists need to learn how to humble themselves, to relate to people and respect people. Because as I'm even here today, we are selling videos that I will see, I'll pack it up. You understand me? I have fans who are doing things for me that I am not even there. But I'm supporting things that I'm doing all over the world. And why are they doing that? Because I relate to my fans. Apart from my personal Facebook page, I have like a fan page that I also work on there. But I've kept my personal Facebook page just to interact with my fans. Most of them, due to this coronavirus thing, have been able to sort certain problems out. And these are the things that we need to learn, that we are not on the Jay-Z's and the Kanye West level. a lot. You meet it there. But those people that are selling pure water, they started are billionaires in the country.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm lying.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you tell yourself that you want to do the water that 50 Cent have been doing in America, if that is your brand, I swear you'll be the most poorest person apart from Afanya too.
I see.
What I'm saying is that like the normal example for us artists to learn that we may free Ghana for like we go like Puerto Rico open and connect what's myself. Then you go to Puerto Rico, they say you want to change their eating there, you want to change their appearance and make it jollof. I swear, don't be should be willing for people for that thing.
I see. I
So
see.
basically, I think the artists need to learn how to create content with our society and the way we live here. That's what I'm doing. There are Ghanaians in America, Ghanaians in London who like want to watch things like concert party, Titi Opera, those things. They still want to watch it in America.
That's not true.
No, so imagine that Shatta Wale is giving them things that is making them remember, hey, there's a family there, this is a Bobokala. They want to watch it. They will start doing something to make money. That's why today my boss is like, I am 65 when present they don't know later.
Marty. Now let me also ask this: Can Shatta Wale authoritatively say that if he doesn't perform, maybe because of the COVID-19 issues and other matters coming up, if he doesn't perform for a whole year, can the money you make on YouTube still keep you living your lifestyle that you've been living?
Every COVID-19 come at a good chase. I mean, I'm already COVID-19.
But you are not performing, you are not making any extra money.
No, I mean, you see me, I'm working with 4 companies. I hear what I'm saying. Like, I'm an ambassador for Casapreco, Bed Planet, Infinite Phones, CD Capsules. You know what I'm saying? And all those people, before this COVID-19, I had some payments that, they were supposed to make. Some said, mess up my head because of this storm energy drink. I did storm ginger energy with Casapreco.
Yeah.
It really went well. The sales really went well. We sold about 1 million, crates, and I'm cutting money out of there. Like, if I tell you that I'm cutting over 600,000 Ghana cedi from Sammy drinks, just within this few periods. That's the payment I've gotten from for now. Last year, I got like 500,000. That's my say. Like, so if I'm telling people I'm making money like this, people don't really believe it, but I know the reason why they don't believe because the one thing they will get anymore. I'm an artist. And it's a plumber, and I'm me. I understand, but I am in the arts business. Today I can wear suits, Sammy. Tomorrow I would like to wear Charlotte and walk on. It's just like acting a movie. It's just like arts there, it comes from a whole lot of things, but people don't really understand it. So I can only say that from COVID-19, if you get to 2022, I'll still be eating something by God's grace with my people.
I see.
And you're one of my people.
I see. Now I'm also scared that now that a whole Billboard has mentioned you as the leading artist with the most views on YouTube, and there's a video you say the Shatta Wale sorry now of the tempo and you're about to YouTube.
If you won't book my endorsement, yeah, but when I'm going to put more things on YouTube, when I'm going to snoring, I won't go to see how I snore.
I know.
Yeah, that is also fun. So I mean, I see the content. You see what we are talking about? This is when artists are going to start learning. But if Ghanaian artists, some way to the extent that we don't really appreciate. You see the opportunity that you have given me now that I'm even talking. I respect it so much. That's why I tell people that your platform is just a university for us to learn. So anytime you tell me you want to interview me, I respect it so much apart from anything. Like you don't take money from us. All you want to do is make sure the world is hearing us. Because I mean, you have a following that most artists don't have. Talk about London, talk about America, talk about Europe. So we need to just appreciate that at least Shatta Wale has been on Sammy's platform, and they've said 1 or 2 things, and it is not science. Their own pressure. So what do you think I can also do to my brand so I can be making money? Because we all want to make money. But there are certain artists who have come to paint the picture for us to say, you have to dress like this, and you need to talk like this, you need to walk like this. So I mean, I don't want to be part of those generations. I want to be that artist that will motivate the next generation to know how to buy the mansions, the Bugattis, the Rolexes, etc. That is what my aim is, to see my my Ghanaian artists going like that. And it's all about making money. So if they can listen to this little advice that I have for them is that don't watch what the people in the diaspora are doing. Watch around your country. See what you can use to create content for yourself. Not only music. Let people know your real life. Oh, this is where I stay. This is the thing me and my boy eat every morning. Do funny things. You know, sometimes you can move your boys and you can be eating from one bowl and you be cracking jokes, this one will fall down, this one. All those things people want to see as an artist. But you don't want to portray that thing. You want to portray that you are this big on, you know, if I want to eat, it's just only fucking nice. People, you are lying. You go to take care of some fried egg. And people know.
Okay. I see. Thank you so much, Shatta Wale, for spending some time with us. We appreciate your time and congratulations once again. Maybe another time we would have you in the studio so we can have a chat. Yeah, with Nanaya. Yeah. So that when you come, we can talk about the militants, we can talk about the cruise to Jamaica and more.
Yeah, thank you. So I'll raise that thing very soon because I need that thing.
Alright, we'll make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, thanks for your time once again. Okay, now that was Charles Niema Mensah, the Shatta Wale, explaining to us how he really is making things happen on the platform. So it is no more about the music videos. Now, Hafko, is there any talking points with his submission?
Yeah, I think overall, for anybody like Shatta, who has been able to elevate himself and his brand to this level, we can't downplay his smartness. You know, for if Shatta happened to be, let's say, in sports, maybe in basketball, he would have been noticed down. They would have notified him down for a future Hall of Famer position. You know, because now he has like elevated himself to the legendary status. Because at this point, even if he stops music tomorrow, his legacy will still continue to live, you know, with the people. So for me, like you said, if I did not know the parameters they used, so if he had come to me like they used maybe just one views to get him the overall, maybe I would have been in the same position that you were. But now hearing him and listening deeper into the conversation, now I give him, because now I'm getting to know that, okay, so when he does Facebook live videos, he takes them off, go and put it on his YouTube.
No, he does that.
Now there are a lot of people who think that a lot of people have a certain mindset that Facebook is for the kids, and so they no more come on Facebook. That's why Twitter gets a lot of buzz. And these are the people who go on YouTube a lot, because there are people who don't even come on Facebook. They are on YouTube.
Yeah, that is true.
So, yes, and for him, he said something that when you live a certain lifestyle that people can relate with. There were times that TMZ used to go to PDD's house, just wanting to know the socks that he wore to sleep, just to make news out of it. You understand? Because the ordinary people, sometimes when you're on stage and playing show, people don't come and watch your performance. They come to watch your personality. So they get starstruck. You know, that is what he's watching. So if that person would have a platform to watch the way you live your life, living in your swimming pool, eating, how you interact with people and all of that, believe you me, it will be a great content for them. So I think he has been very, very smart and pulling those strengths. And so we have to give it to him. For me, like I said, any artist from this part of our world who has happened to build a fan base like he has done, and he has been able to gain control over this fan base, because I believe today when you announced that you were going to speak with him, we have seen numbers. You know, it tells you that is the like Tupac would say, mind over matter. You know, the mindset of his is amazing, and so you know that's big respect for him. And I think that we should all be happy when one of us, you know, gets elevated to be recognized by the world. At the end of the day, it's a pinnacle we all would love to achieve. And so when one of us gets there, if we won't be black racists, then we need to be for him and support him. So congratulations to him.
Alright, thank you so much, Dada Hafko. Let me go to Ricky and ask if this is a big deal. Is this a big deal?
Well, let's say congratulations to Shatta Wale, you know, at least to top the charts for people that have been most viewed in Ghana. When you have the likes of Sarkodie, we also have a lot of following. Stonebwoy, who also travels out a lot and all of that. It's no joke. You get it. So I think we should give him that respect. But then again, for some of us who like to go beyond the ordinary, or who like to also gather more insights, I would want to ask that, have we also thought of the bigger picture? Is it just us that we're excited about? What is happening with the rest of the world? So I was able to to try and find some data. I was like, okay, so Shatta get 30 million views, Stonebwoy 11, Sarkodie 11, Stonebwoy 7, blah blah blah. What is happening with the rest of the Africans? So that it is not just about us. The fight, you see, the competition is not within us. It's out there.
We have to conquer the continent.
We have to conquer the continent. That's the bigger plan. Even if it's not about conquering, you always need to grow. So it's not about Ghana for me. It's about the rest of the world, not even the rest of Africa. Okay. And then I found out just on Billboard. So what they did, or what we were focused on, was on Ghana. And I found out that for the top 15 African artists,
top 15
African artists, viewed on YouTube.
50 or 15? 15, okay.
We had Hamo Bika, the Algerians, the North Africans. So whilst we are actually smiling and excited about 13 million views, which was from Wale, this gentleman is actually clocking 1.4 billion views. So when you are doing these analysis, when we say Udiagro, this is Saad Lamjarid. Next is 868 million.
He's from which country?
He's also from Algeria. The first 3 or 4 are from Algeria. Then you come to Morocco,
they are all
Egypt.
Musicians.
They are all musicians.
Okay. Now wait. Let's get there.
No. I don't want him to finish.
Why?
No, I'm sorry, but I can't see. You see, I'm sorry. Not be saying Shatta mention my name or anything. I'm just saying this on record. That I better make a land.
No, why are you sorry?
Let him laugh.
You know I'm itching.
Uh-huh.
It's about high time we kind of look at what our arts are doing.
No. Charlie, what kind of person is this?
Sammy.
Okay.
And you see,
you're not on the floor. No, you're not on the floor.
But let's make a stand.
No. Are we not acknowledging the fact that yes, the person has done well, but there's a bigger thing we can look at?
Celebrate for once. No.
But what do you mean by that? What do you mean that why can't we celebrate? No. It is not. If it is not important to you, for all you know, it's more important to Shatta. So I don't care about your feelings.
No.
I don't care about. That's why you own him. The America say he should speak. I knew. Honestly, meaning I knew what he was going to say if I start the conversation. That is why Osta. You see, that's why I said you should speak. Because these are some of the things. What is your problem? That if you are doing business, if you are doing, I don't understand this gentleman.
We all.
I don't understand this gentleman.
No, listen.
Let's
Me, I don't have a problem. I can
sit
sit here and be quiet for you to say what you're saying because it won't change anything. What you're saying will not even change anybody's number. What I'm saying is that for so long in this country, when Ghanaian artists achieve a certain milestone, we don't even talk about it and even encourage. Make a land. The same issue happened to me in Lagos. Stone was in Lagos, Kanye was in Lagos, and they did a show. And I did a story and I said that these guys did an amazing job. The same thing like your man they do right now. Somebody call me. But you know, see this guy do this thing, this is happening. Nah, you're dang. Right now, the issue is this Billboard thing come. Shatta get 13 points, so. We can't compare North African conversations to a West African country like Ghana. Numbers are even different. When you say, who can say me a back end person? So I can tell you, numbers are even, and I also knew that you want to pull this thing because you're going to be like a typical Ghana media guy to come and just quickly show something. So like somebody get 13 point something billion. Listen, Lil Pump in America, all these stars, young boys in America, when they drop a video, then if you get over 1 million in a day. But we cannot compare ourselves to them because it's two different genres.
Your point is now.
My point is that that thing Ghana media they do when Ghanaian artists do something and achieve a certain milestone, you want to quickly jump and do a comparison. Comparison for what?
Okay, hold it.
Make her insult in intelligence. Make her insult in intelligence. And if he speaks about Ghana media, these are the people. Respect to Shatta Wale for giving you that props. But Charlie, I disrespect you now for even that, because if you are the person supposed to lead us, and you are excited about. You see, like we all said, we are excited that this is the situation. But if you're a deep thinker, if you're somebody who wants to progress. These are the things you gather that, okay, and that is what Nigerians do to beat us. Do you know why? Because he will come to your country and make sure this thing, it be numbers. Yes, if it be 100, if you can't activate him brand for here, and it's just 100 people that are listening to him because of what he's done from Ghana, he's fine. You go to another country, do that, and those small numbers add up.
No,
let me land, gentlemen. You finished. Let me land.
No, it's
gentlemen, let me land. If I'm landing, chief, make a land.
Then I'm gonna go out.
Go out. You finish your point. Go out.
I'll go out.
You see,
listen, we are not agreeing.
No, I'm not agreeing. No, the guy made a post that he's going to insult my intelligence, and you not even cut out the apologize. Which is cool. He said he's going to insult my intelligence, which is cool.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that I respect what you're saying. I'm saying that I know you could do this. That's why I'm saying that. Why can't we do this? This is what you're talking about.
Chief,
we can look at it from a different angle.
Chief.
So Chief.
What how bad was it?
Maybe if you left him to make the point, you would realize that he's not trying to compare.
I was not even trying to compare, because my point was that this is the people nobody will agree to.
He wasn't.
Exactly. I'm telling you numbers that are coming from outside.
Exactly.
That's all.
I think that's all he wanted.
That's all.
Ricky, go ahead and give us the numbers.
Go ahead. Give us.
Charlie, it killed my vibe, sir. It killed my vibe. No, you see, I'm not worried about these things, but you see, Wale they watch. Other people they watch from all across the world, and these kind of impressions, what if you create that, it will make me look bad. And that's why I know, and that's why he started by saying he doesn't want to hold brief for Wale, because he knows what he do. That be the intention.
What intention?
You know, because come on, if I'm working, that's true. If it's true, that be the impression you create, and you say that be Ghanaian media, and it's about time Ghanaian media. What would that
achieve some milestone?
So I don't have to know. Who be you to also even point fingers at what?
Okay.
Yo.
Okay. Yeah, you congratulated him. Go ahead.
You get it. This challenge, this guy. You see, this thing about me as a business person. I always say it.
You always have to look at who is ahead.
Exactly. As a business person,
I was even about to give this example. When it comes to this 100-meter race, there will be groups who will be doing it. They call something they call hit or so, where they will still record what second this one is doing, what second, and then they will still come and compete. All those who won in the previous week, they will still come and compete for the
and somebody that should be this is why we do where we do. Because
this is your milestone.
That's it. Because me, if I'm running a channel, if I'm running, you don't go. They're making it up. If you don't go talk again, make it up.
We congratulated Wale.
Listen.
The whole thing we say, I don't think you tried.
Yes.
But listen.
No, this one in my mind.
But listen, Sammy. Everybody, if Ricky had blabbed over Wale's win, then you could come in.
Yes.
And for me, when even Ricky was saying it, I was going to say that there's always a starting point for something. Yeah. This is the first time we have been in the news.
Exactly.
So we are starting from
but let's
bring out the insight. It is to you. Run your business like that. You should run your business like that.
Ricky is being a generational thinker.
That's it. No, it's not me. No. You can keep it. You can keep what you want to do. But you see, like I'm saying, he's a producer. Adekamo, he's a producer. If he's producing at his level with the young boys that his contemporaries, and he's making, if he play beat, then if he pay him 10K, 20K, and he feels like, Charlie, I'm doing better than the rest of the guys, and somebody can open the eye, show him, say, hey, for young 100K will be slow.
Yeah, I'll start thinking towards that.
That is what he needs to know. Because for all you know, I'm not sure you even knew about this.
Listen,
You didn't know.
You don't pay attention.
Exactly, you haven't
It
paid.
wasn't
All we often pay attention is Charlie. Wale beat Stoneboy, we are fine. Wale beat
but
Sakoni,
you
we are
talk
fine.
Ivy said,
Wale
never
beats
talk
this.
Ivy.
But if you think me, did I mention Ivy?
You said it earlier, I forget.
You know the numbers we were talking about earlier. It's about Ghana, right?
Yes, yeah. The numbers are Ghana.
What they want? If
You
you
know what, do your thing.
Charlie, it be
Yeah,
totally
let's go on.
wrong when
Let's go on.
Charlie.
I know,
You see,
I know.
so like I'm
Yeah,
saying,
it's clear,
if we have people who actually bring out some of these things, if you are able to pull out some of these stats, these data, which for me, a lot of people that I engage, they try to get someone like my friend here wouldn't even feel offended about some of these things. No, because yes, okay, what's the big deal if I'm getting 30 million views? What are others getting? Like the way Wale is saying that if you do it, you know, they look at the what you they talk. He's looking at the bigger picture. So if it's about time that you're doing yours, 5K people are watching, and you decide that why if others do them out, if you get 100K and all of that, and you want to work towards it, that is you beef up. That is because if we understand, we begin to understand that how come I am getting 30 million and someone is getting 1.4 billion in the same continent? What is it like? The difference is huge.
Yeah, but there's an answer.
No.
Okay, so wait. So
Yes, that's an answer. Exactly. That's
Then
what I'm
look for the
saying.
answer.
Exactly.
But
That is what I'm saying.
we should let
Let me land.
We should
So
let the conversation go.
when we know this, because let's be honest, you didn't know this information.
Yeah.
This is from the same Billboard. All we were concerned about.
I had seen it. I had never opened it.
Open,
but I
yeah.
had seen it.
All we were concerned about was trying to troll ourselves, and that's what for me, that's what I always do. When there's an issue, I leave the fans to have the fan conversation.
Yeah.
They will be having those.
Yeah.
I look at the bigger picture. That is generally how I am, because of course, if you are beating people in Ghana here and all of that, that is yours to do. As a wako squad with defense, or say that was so to shumami. That is yours to do. Of course, you are supposed to. So if you're competing with others, you are a top guy in the industry. Of course, it should be between the three of you.
Yeah.
You get it. The conversation would have been from an unknown artist from underground who is beating them.
Okay, I'm
then
sure,
we'll be having the conversation.
Shatta Wale would want to do. Shatta, you are on air already. Yeah, you are on air already.
Oh, sorry. I want to tell Ricky something.
Uh-huh.
Make Ricky just hear me and go say, if my father for the life, you know, in New York, yeah. But what I want to make you understand is, you see, if you compare North Africa, West Africa, right? Like two different things. Like you compare like some different two things together. I get what I'm saying. So North Africa is a numbers thing.
Well, I don't know what I talking about.
Relax. Yeah, Shatta, continue. We are listening.
So I want to make Ricky know say North Africa, the numbers they get in pass with them. So like, general information, we had to follow all those things. So I think it's because, make I give you an example. You see Jamaica, they said it be 3 million. You see Ghana, it be 20 something, it be 30 something.
Yeah.
But I somebody say, why did nobody get 20 million streams for you? It's because of this comparison. But when we compare like this, we know they push that thing go there. I mean, we don't push it like this. I mean, that was it. This means happening. You are the only person talking about it. And somebody say, how many subscribers will you get from me? How many viewers will you get from me to go and view my things on YouTube to even get me 1 million views? The industry is not supporting this.
But Shatta, let's look at it from Ricky's point, where he's saying that he's putting out some of these figures so that we will all be challenged that, okay, in Ghana we are number 1. But if we go to Africa, where will our position be? So Ricky, the 15 people, did we place the Ghana make a placement?
We didn't make a placement.
Can we also consider that?
I mean, that is what I want Ricky to understand, that some of us, we know about the numbers.
Yeah.
Anything when you compare somebody like an artist from Algeria, I mean, this is a country where the industry supports what their arts.
So then we can have that conversation that the industry should also. Well, that's what I'm saying. That you see, when we all begin.
But Ricky, you know
Yeah.
that the industry doesn't support
Wale.
our things that we do.
Good, Wale. So I beg just a minute. So what I was trying to say with all of these insights is, when we understand that, Charlie, even in Ghana, where industry know the support, Wale is making 13. Others are supporting and they are making 1.4 billion, which is money to the artist. So what can we also do as an industry? How do you also support? Because yes, so that we can also help the rest to get there.
But Barry, you think we were talking, you don't talk about the industry.
Oh, Baba Wale, the matter self, I don't even land. I don't even land.
He did not finish the presentation.
Because I was even coming to a point to even explain beyond the North Africans that you are saying we are even talking about. Diamond Platinums, they inside. You get 280 something million. You get it. So those are the things I was bringing it down for us to say that Tanzania, well, from where I sit, I don't see Tanzania as more, exposed or huge enough to be making. No, yeah, good. Then we will have that conversation. That I know the Tanzanian industry is bigger than let's finish with Shatta so he can go. So I was breaking it down so that we understand that Charlie, okay, the North Africans are making X amount all the way to East Africa. Yeah.
I want you to understand something that if you were saying it, the way you were talking about it, it's like I shouldn't feel comfortable with the 13 million they are getting.
Yeah.
Yes.
How Nanalia will understand.
No. I didn't say you. I didn't even say him. I was saying we as Ghanaians.
But wait, Shatta, are you going to be comfortable because you are leading Ghana? I'm sure not.
No, listen.
Exactly.
Exactly. I'm trying to say is that Nanalia wants Ricky to understand that if Shatta alone, without the industry, plus maybe some Flex's program on xylophone and this program, that has been able to make me clock 13 million. If the industry supports, and that is where I want Ricky to come from. That if the industry supports, because
let me give you an
example. In Jamaica, they believe in music. That is why the 3 million population of Jamaica has the whole world talking about Jamaicans. And if you watch Jamaican artists, they have crazy views. Go and check Tommy Lee's father. His gangs that came, go and check his 80 million, 24 million. I get what I'm saying. So if the industry will support, what Nana wanted Ricky to understand is that if I have been able to do this alone, no, I'm trying.
Wale, Nana, you not talk anything, no.
Ricky to understand. No, Ricky, you know
you make a talk.
You're talking perfectly right, and it's us to even think about how we can make this billions of views. I'm getting you. But what I'm trying to let you understand is that it's me alone, where I make. You see, you are saying me alone, I promote myself. Music is my weakness. Sammy Flex is my only person I can help me with radio interviews, with people listening to me outside Ghana. I get what I'm saying. So if me and Sammy Flex and Massey will be able to make this 13 point something million views, I want you to say that the industry should try and support Shatta so we can be able to get views like this. Because Nigeria is not about their population. Most people in Nigeria don't have iPhones.
Because I was even coming to I was coming to that. Wale,
I think
the matter. I know land because Wale, let me even explain something. I was coming to break it down that in Nigeria, one of the person who actually made the top 15 with the video, he was around 260 something million. But if you watch, 95% of the streams not be from Nigeria. So that be where they come from. That be the point that they make say, hey, if you not be from there, where is it from? Is it from Ghana? Is it from East Africa? Is it from here? Then we they open up the conversation. But once Wale they come, once I say Wale get 30 million, then the matter. But you are at least allow for us to open up the insights, the information, the data that is available. Then we have an open discussion. But if the thing be like you talk about Ghanaian artists do this, where you try to speak, then it become matter. So sometimes when you even have a certain information, you don't want to release them. Yeah.
You know this thing. Let us be real with it.
Yeah.
May I overhead even radio presenters they talk say some people they talk about this matter. When I just talk to my mind, I say. So you see, if it's Sarkodie, people won't be surprised. If it's Stoneboy, people won't be surprised. Because why? If people who have more to talk about this thing, because let me give you an example. If it's Stoneboy, people know I'm not surprised. Just Stoneboy, I'm traveling, he's been going here, he's going to tour, he's doing. That's what people see.
Okay, I get where they come from.
No, let me tell you something. No, I'm just trying to give you an example.
No, I get you.
So this is an artist that knows. Where you see me, my platforms are Sammy Flex. I don't think he knows that I love his platform more than the way he loves his platform. But if Sammy Flex calls me, it gives me a certain mileage. You understand me? So, me, myself, and my fans have created this 13.something million views. So I'm telling you that just like yourself that if what Sammy Flex that. Don't you think that we can even hit more than the billion views you are talking about?
Yeah.
We go hit.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So sometimes we shouldn't just talk about this thing like the industry has tried, but they've not tried. So because Algeria is making this money, let us be practical, like speakers here. Let us talk practically when we are talking. Like make people understand it. Shatta himself and a certain few people. That's what I'm saying. I can stand anywhere and talk about some flex without coughing because of the platform he's been giving me. See the way I've been called back and you're still giving another chance. So who will do this in BBC or CNN? Really, I don't
Okay, thank you, Shatta. We will talk again.
I want to say something.
Yes, today we can't take calls, I'm sorry.
You see, Ricky, whatever Ricky was saying, it was cool. He was opening the conversation. But you see the North Africa, Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, Libya, and all these people, most of the major languages in there are linked.
Yeah.
What's that saying? They are linked. So somebody, for example, may come from Algeria and may still be linked with Morocco and Tunisia. It's like
same as francophone countries.
Yes,
as well.
it's like making a song in Spanish. You have a whole continent
following you,
supporting you, because the whole South American continent they are Latin.
Yeah.
So those are the advantages.
So the bigger conversation is how do you
then the Tanzania,
the
Swahili language, it goes through
that he thought they shouldn't.
Yes, it goes through the whole of East Africa to the Kenya, Rwanda. You get some Swahili there. You know, when you descend even way down to the bots, you get some Swahili from bits and bits from there. So they are linked as well. We in Ghana, we happen to be the only English-speaking country bordered by French-speaking countries. The north by Burkina, the west by Ivory Coast, the east by Togo. For us to even go beyond this country, usually it's a big achievement.
So you see where the conversation, quick one. You see where the conversation is going now. That is what I was seeking to achieve. That okay. So where are these numbers coming from? Where are these people? How are they getting it? The conversation. Are we now going to take advantage of the fact that okay, we've now been opened or exposed to the fact that some people they feel make 1.4 billion from some other place. It be collaboration we and them they do, or it be what? East Africa.
It be mechanisms.
Exactly.
If we don't get mechanisms, let's put this on record. If we don't get mechanisms behind Ghanaian artists, let's forget about competitions. Most of these artists have mechanisms backing them. I'm talking about labels. They are plugging them into mainstream, places where you see, for example, Shatta, his manager, for example, Bulldog, he can't pick a phone and call DJ MB and say, I want to bring Shatta on the breakfast show. It won't happen. It is a label to label connectivity. So until Ghanaian musicians get labels and mechanisms behind us, it is going to be hard. So what we do, we actually try, because it is like somebody bringing his car to you. Even though you did not manufacture the car, you are going to use your knowledge to find a way to repair it the way you can. That is what a Ghanaian does. We find a way to sell our music the best way we can. Even though it may not be the official way or the way it's supposed to be, but we try. So whatever we do, we should actually be proud of ourselves for being able to even gathering all those
and
numbers.
Then that entry,
Okay,
right?
no, it doesn't. I'm saying that since we don't have mechanisms, we should allow. Since we don't have mechanisms, let's be proud of what we have achieved.
No, but
going forward,
exactly.
We should also be looking into your conversation where we can get the mechanisms backing us so we can go and compete with the people.
Okay, so Nanaya will speak and that bit will speak.
So Sammy, the reason why I did that, what I did, is three things. One, language in Tunchen, data in other parts of the world or Africa, I say right? Now, audience, so in Tunchen. What I was trying to put across was that we shouldn't take the spotlight and discuss anything else that was, oh, let me learn, man.
I not bad. Why I talk? Why I talk? You talk, self. I left the floor.
You see, our time is up.
I didn't want us to have this kind of conversation where we will sway away from what our Ghanaian arts have been, because there's Dana Hamilton in the list.
Yes.
We never mentioned it.
So if you're making your submission, if I'm making my submission, I decide which angle I want to. I don't know if you get it. If you be interested in Dana Hamilton, discuss.
No, today you are.
You see,
this time around,
you see,
no, this time around he is.
there's Dana Hamilton, there's Kofi Kinata in this thing. All I was trying to do was that, Yang pulling data now from say Shatta from 13 to Kofi to 4.5, right? How can we beef up what we have here first? You see, if you want to go international, win home first, right?
Yeah.
And home will carry you to wherever you want to go. If we're able to educate ourselves and know that, okay, the Shatta, aside music videos, he's able to pull other content that attract people to go and watch his videos. That
is why an experienced journalist like Sammy called him. That is why he called him to ask him that, how did you do it? And then he did it. You need to respect the fact that everybody they come with an angle. Unless the angle and fact.
No,
but if your angle be say if your angle be say you want to talk Dana Hamilton, trust me, he can decide to leave. She can decide to leave Shatta, Wale, Stonebwoy, everybody else, and talk for the gospel music industry. Yes. I could have taken the angle that, hey, but I thought there was a certain Joe Metal that was being discussed as international. I could pick that angle too. Yes. What you could talk? You would tell me say make I not discuss and discuss.
So why did you stop him from?
No, listen.
Make that be dog.
Wait, make it not hold me. Hey,
make that be dog.
So far as listen, I will not stop you. So far as you are talking about the Ghana music,
you don't decide what I'm talking about. Is it not Ghana music?
No,
the Ghana music. Where no be?
When that's what. No. See, I wouldn't have any issue with anybody here, right? When the light is being thrown on the 5 people.
Okay.
You made a good point. Saying can have go Dana Hamilton not me for because that's still light.
But you not be producer. You go produce my content.
Not light,
You be producer.
Light, not that. Because
you won't make a talk what you want.
You are talking to me.
You are becoming nuisance. You are becoming nuisance.
Let him drink Sobolo.
Drink Sobolo. Show to the camera.
Charlie, for camera this me so. Menke come drink boy. We are not call.
So all I'm saying is, my thing is that I've seen it several times. Say when our Ghana artists achieve a certain milestone, celebrating point real now.
Beyonce, it was a big achievement. The whole Ghana was shut down. You the lie.
That means God. You the lie. What I want to say, people already know. That means God talk.
Listen.
Don't talk about you.
No. I'll talk about you, but you wait.
Address the camera. I don't mind.
So, well, in my books, it's a big achievement for Ghana.
Yes.
And for once we are in the news like that, and no cry alone is good. You know. We need to appreciate that.
But then again.
But
me, where Ricky is coming from, I think I like it too.
No, me too.
I don't know why Nanaya
I like it. But I think I know where you come from. I'm starting to like Nanaya's point too. In the sense that
don't do that thing again.
Take a belt. When I beat somebody and take a belt, I would definitely go and face a different opponent. But for today, let
me celebrate my own.
So let me ask you, let me ask one question. I won't talk again. Okay, so since you agree that we need to celebrate, since you are able to tell us what we should do, for how long should we do that? Tell us.
Until the next show, then we start.
Make
For how long?
So tonight, let's all take our Sobolo and say cheers to the
Shatta, Wale,
Shatta, Kofi, Dana Hamilton, Dinso. Let's say cheers to all the 5 artists who are putting in work. God bless you. There's no money for you guys. You are trying. Keep doing it. Tomorrow, when we sit down, we will break it down so they will know how they can go for the 1.4 billion.
Okay.
Cheers.
Thanks so much.
Cheers.
Are you your boyfriend's girlfriend? Go there and stream. So that you have more. Go there and stream as well. And to Nana already News Africa, God bless you so much. Ricky Rich from Play Music Network. Thank you. And that big God, he's a producer ready to play your beat for you. So anytime you need that big God, you can contact him on social media. Let me say thanks to all those online. Remember, this show is from Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 10 p.m. Today we've exceeded our time. Thanks to Nana Aredu and Ricky.
Yes.
And tomorrow we'll be here at 8 p.m. Thanks to Digital Rasta Currency, to Richie Flex, Yaola PG, David Ofelate, Mr. Intim Dodu, and Nipa, Tilly Akia Nipa, Tilly Akia. I'm on my side, University Show.